Okay, let's start with the today's class of the Yog Bij. So today we are going to discuss about the fifth, sixth, and seventh question. My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So as we know, in the fourth question, what Goddess Parvati is asking about the self, that what type of, how this self or the Atma will be free from this ignorance. So by understanding to this question, Lord Shiva is talking about the self-perfection. So perfection is of two types, he said, that is attributive and non-attributive. But when we are coming to the question number fifth, what is the fifth question? Why a Jnani does not attain the liberation? That is our fifth question. Why does a Jnani does not attain the liberation? Because whatever we till in the fourth question, we are already getting some idea about the Jnani and the yogi. They are little bit, Lord Shiva is describing about this too, that who is Jnani. And again, already said in the third question that Jnani or the ignorant, the people who is ignorant, that also same, if that Jnani having only theoretical knowledge. So that Goddess Parvati here is asking, then why Jnani does not attain liberation? The same thing is repeated here. Same thing is told by the Lord Shiva, that Jnani, you must be first know who is Jnani. According to your knowledge, who is Jnani, and according to my knowledge, who is real Jnani. Jnani who having practical and theory knowledge, that person is real Jnani. But here, by understanding to the goddess Parvati, Lord Shiva is telling you must be first know who is Jnani, not only the theoretical knowledge. If you want having, that person is not called as the Jnani, or that person is not called as a man of wisdom. Okay, so that to understand that here, Lord Shiva is telling wise soul, who is the wise soul, wise Atma, that is of two kinds. The soul types here it is said two kinds. One is immature and another one is mature. By understanding this also, he also given one more example, that earthen pot. Have you know the earthen pot? Earthen pot means the what do we say, soil pot, like ghada जिसको which is called as ghada in the Hindi, that is earthen pot. So the earthen pot which is baked, that is mature, and which are not baked means raw, that is called as here immature according to the Lord Shiva. So Jnani who is immature, so that person is called immature, because that is not baked. Because the baked, you need fire to bake that pot. So but mature, who is the mature soul here? The yogi, because he just go on the fire of the different type of yoga practices, and he just go through that fire, then only after passing that times, and after passing that practices only, that soul is become converted as the baked pot or baked earthen pot. Okay, that soul is known as the mature here. So here
Ma'am,
let's see. Yes.
ma'am, shall I ask one question, ma'am? You tell means pot means without heat means plain mud, yes, ma'am?
Yes, tell me.
Without heat, pure mud is immature. After heating process, that is called mature pot. That is, ma'am.
Immature, here two new words are introduced here. Okay, self types. One is immature, another one is matured. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
By understanding these two concepts, Lord Shiva is also said about one thing, that is the earthen pot. Have you understand what you mean by earthen pot? That
Attend,
is the
but I cannot understand. I cannot understand more. Means,
earthen pot means that is made by the soil, the
yes,
pot which is made by the soil.
Clay pot we can
Yes,
say.
yes, clay pot,
ah,
we can say that.
clay pot.
Okay.
Ah,
Huh. That
okay,
is
okay.
when it will be burned in the fire, after that only
Ah,
will be useful, no? Yes and
after
no?
heating process.
Yes, after it is getting burned in the fire, then
Okay.
only it will be useful for the society. Yes and no?
So,
And it will be
yes, ma'am.
very helpful. But if it is only baked in the in the sunlight, and you are using,
Ah,
and you are just fill up the water inside the earthen pot, have you think that it will be carry for a long time?
no, ma'am.
No. So that is called immature.
Okay.
Okay, because that pot is not useful. That only carry for few seconds or few minutes only. After that, it will be
Okay.
get melted in the water, because that is clay. That is not burned.
Okay.
Whenever it will be burned in the fire. After that, it will be converted as the mature or the advent, which is the real use in the society. Okay, to fill up the
Okay.
water, then we can use it, or we can carry the water in that. But before it
Okay.
burns, we can't use this. So that it is called as the immature. Now you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Understand. Thank you.
Yes. What about others? Others also understand? Yes or no?
Yes, understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ah. So here let's understand first immature souls. Those souls who do not practice yoga sadhana, and these souls are not matured and attached to the sorrows, is also cause of sorrows to the other. They are also attached to the sorrows, and also that type of atma or that type of souls are creating problems for the others also, because of the that ignorance. They are become more attached with the materialistic world, and also create problem for the others. So when these problems will be created, obviously sorrows will be there for the others. The soul suffers from the calamities of joys and sorrows. Cold and heat means all the impurities, what is it is talking about, and various diseases and troubles. So during meditation, means here he just tried to say that this type of soul who is not doing yoga sadhana, no, obviously if that person is not doing yoga sadhana, automatically he becomes attached to the sorrows and materialistic worlds, and also creating problems for the others, and they are full of impurities. Then that person can, during meditation, what happened to that person? He is the victim of his own senses, and is completely involved in desire and cannot concentrate itself. Obviously, if I am just connected with the materialistic world, then I cannot control my senses whenever I am doing the meditation. My senses is doing something else, and my desires and my minds are just moving here and there, then I cannot concentrate. So that type of soul here is considered as the immature soul. If I am having more knowledge about the supreme power, that supreme self is there, who is the creator, am I having many knowledge about that, and all type of scriptures I know, but I cannot control my senses, and I am no control over my desires. So I cannot concentrate on the particular that supreme self or anything. So I can't do meditation in the proper way. So that this type of soul, which is the immature soul, they become jiva, which is undergoes repeated transmigration. Means repeatedly they are coming in the birth and death cycle, because they are having no control over his senses and as well as over his mind. So what happened? Whenever he started doing the meditation, like this, here it is said, without pranayam and yoga abhyasa, if an ant, and here in Sanskrit sloka it is written pipilika, that is ant, creeps over the body, his concentration is lost. Suppose I am the same type of person who having more knowledge about the all the shastras, all the scriptures, and I know Supreme Self is the higher state. And now I am just trying to do the meditation, but I am not doing any yoga abhyasa or pranayam. So what happened to me? If suppose I'm sitting silently in a place and an ant will be creeps over my body, then immediately I lost my concentration. So that he is trying to say that that type of soul is here. It is called as the immature because they are having no concentration. Then how can he the one will be do the meditation? How that soul will be combined with that supreme self? It is not possible. So according to the Lord Shiva, the persons aspiring for the moksha simply means simple way I want moksha, that is not possible with the aids of silence, meditation, japa, detachment or are fools. Means they are called fools because they are just thinking that it is very simple to get the moksha if I am just following the silence and I am just doing the meditation and japa, that is enough to get the moksha state. So according to the Lord Shiva in this yoga beach, he is telling that they are becoming fools who have been misled by the false arguments. And they are just misled by the others, what others are telling, like that you just follow this yoga, then you follow this path, then you will got the moksha. Like others are telling in the society, many intelligent persons are there. So they are just following that argument and they are just following that path. So Narsiba is just try to say that if you are just following these things, then you cannot get the moksha in the whole life. Okay, and you will need to come and again in the birth and death cycle, again and again, and you will take bath for your moksha. Okay, next one is all of you clear about the immature? The immature soul means what? Those souls who are not doing, practicing, or not doing any type of yoga sadhana. No. So simply Lord Shiva is telling, if you are not doing yoga sadhana, then you cannot concentrate on anything. So that if you are cannot concentrate in anything, and if you are not doing a meditation, then how can you get that self, that supreme self? That is not possible. Okay. The next one is the second one is mature soul. Who are the mature soul? The soul which are practicing the yoga sadhana, and how they when they are doing the yoga sadhana, they are performing. What happened to them? On burning in the fire of yoga, means here they are considered, the Lord Shiva is considered yoga as the fire through which a self is going through the burning, and they are going through this sadhana so that the jiva or the individual self becomes free from the all the impurities and free from the sorrows and all the things what are the impurities are there. Then gradually ego will be dissolved. So when all the impurities becomes free or destroy, so automatically ego also, which is the first element which is created this self to the jivatma, that also in the same way it will be vanished one by one steps. So lastly he just vanished the ego, then only that soul will be get the its proper or this original form. What is his original form? The peace and the soft and the pure form. Then automatically that jiva is having self-control will be developed, patience will be developed, and increase. These all things are increased in the jiva and achieve complete wisdom. That state when this ego will be dissolved, automatically that becomes converted again to the pure form and get his proper form. For then it that person or that jiva or that soul or that mature soul is called as the complete wisdom, or that person is getting the complete wisdom. That person is known as the Gyani. They are in that state. Okay, then how can the body of a yogi experience the sensation of the pain, joy in the absence of ego? So automatically that yogi's body is becoming free from all type of sensations. So there is all the things, all impurities are absent. So automatically ego is also absent. All are vanished. So this type of soul is called as here mature soul. So all of you clear about these two soul types? Maybe the question will become in how many kinds of souls are described in Yoga Beach. Okay, that you have to remember. That is the two types. That is immature and another one is mature. So which one is the best one? Immature soul or mature soul?
Mature soul.
Mature soul. Why? Why mature soul is the best one?
Because it is more realized and more properly baked.
Yes, more, that is more properly baked. How it will be baked?
By practice of yoga,
Yoga.
yoga sadhana, and
Yes,
detached from desires.
yes. But most importantly, Lord Shiva is telling,
But
whenever he go through the practice of the yoga sadhana or in the fire of or burning in the fire of yoga, then only all the things will be free. Okay, without practicing, nothing will be absent there, because the person who is having immature, that having the same thing. Okay, so whenever that soul is started practicing the yoga sadhana, automatically one by one impurities will be dissolved, and lastly ego is also absent there in that soul. So when ego will be removed from that soul, automatically that person will be get concentrate and become self-control. Okay. So next, after knowing about the immature and mature soul, now Goddess Parvati is asking, how does a yogi behave and how does he attain liberation? Because now in the fifth question, let's clarify that yogi, who is a yogi here? The mature soul is the yogi and immature is the jnani. Then now you just tell me, now I know about more jnani, what type of jnani is which type of behavior and what is the things. But now you tell me, what is the behavior of the yogi? How the yogi will be behave? If you are telling that uh, immature soul is cannot concentrate on that, then how a yogi will be concentrate? What is the reason behind it? And how does he attain liberation after giving up this body? Okay. So by describing this answer, Lord Shiva is telling the sadhak who has controlled his senses, because when yogis will become, so yogi will be do the yoga sadhana. So whenever he just doing the all the performing the all yoga sadhana, what are the yoga sadhana? Here it is not introduced. It will become in 8 number, I think 7 or 8 number of question. But here she just want to know that what type of behavior, how you are telling that yogi is mature. So that you same thing, but little bit more is introduced here. Okay, same thing is repeated. Who is Jnani? Who is Yogi? The same thing is repeated in this all the questions. So by describing about the yogi, the sadhak who is control his senses, mind, and intellect, as well as the over all the desire and anger, all impurities, then that person is can control the whole universe, according to the Lord Shiva. That who is the sadhak, who is a yogi, that the person who is able to control his senses and also mind and also intellect, and also all the desire also having control, so that that type of person can be control whole universe. No gross of subtle object can harm him. Means no gross object is also not harmful for that person, and also any subtle to subtle objects also cannot be harmed to that sadhak. The fire of yoga gradually burns the all impurities. But why? Because whenever he go through all the practices, automatically the fire of the yoga, what are the he is performing, so all impurities are from the body one by one, that is destroyed or that is burned. Its all its 7 elements, like the saptadhatu, what is present there inside the body, that is also purified. the elements like earth, water, etc., in which way that is added in the that soul or in the atma, in the same way one by one they are removing from that atma, okay, and lose their effectiveness over a yogi. Okay, have you understand why this line is written or why this discussion is going on? Because we seen that in the fourth in second question. Here we seen that na how self is merged with the ego, then it will become as the 5 elements, then 7 elements, then at the attributes, then it will be combined with the and converted at the body and the pinda. Then only that person or that sadhak is able to feel the sensation. The same way it is going in the backward direction. Okay. So how Jivatma will be created, now it is how Jivatma will be converted to the self, that is described here. So one by one all the things are destroyed, then only that person becomes converted as the all the effectiveness of the what are the elements, what are the saptadhatu, all are gradually burns and all the impurities from the body becomes destroyed. So that when it is all are destroyed, so automatically no effective means it will be not affected over a yogi, means nothing will be affected a yogi's body, and a yogi cannot be affected by anything. And even gods also cannot acquire such a body. That type of body it will be created by the gradually burns whenever that person is go through the yoga practices. Gods also cannot acquire that such a body. So yogi confines many in that state, that person or the practitioner or the sadhak, the yogi confines many supreme powers or siddhis, and also becomes free from bondage of the body. He becomes attached with, means becomes in the body. That soul is in the body, but they are free from that bondage. Okay, that is free from their body. In that sense or that state they are in. So yogi becomes independent and immortal and travels all the three worlds spontaneously. Okay, three worlds also they can moving in the that state they are present. That is the behavior and that is the situation of the yogi. Here it is described by the Lord Shiva. What is the behavior means what are the benefits when one will be go through the yogi path? What is the benefit? How one will be know that is the yogi? Because that yogi is attached to, there is no attachment, absence of all the attachment, but the sadhak is in the body. We are considering that that person is that sadhak by its body, but actually whenever they are doing the yoga practice, automatically the body will be detached from that atma. Okay, all of you understand the sixth question answer? Yes, please confirm. All of you understand or not?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the three worlds? The
It is Patala, Taratala, and Bhutal.
okay.
Bhutal, I think. That is there are many Saptatala also there. Okay. I think it is written. No. Just yes. All of you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Okay, that is Bhulok, Swargalok, or Narkalok. That is also three. Okay, Trailoka is there, but talas also there. We will read in a Siddha Siddhanta Paddhati, that is talas are there. Okay. But here, according to this concept, the three worlds means it is Bhulok, Swarlok, and Narkolok. Okay. That one will be the yogi becomes that much power. He can travel these three lokas means very easily and very speedily. I think it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Actually,
That is solved. Yes, tell me.
sorry to interrupt. Actually, the question what you were discussing, like how does a yogi behave and how does he attain liberation after giving up this body?
Mm.
If
Mm.
the answer has to be summarized in one or two lines,
Mm.
so how it could be like, how does a yogi behave?
Yogi, its behavior is all are changed here. These things will be behavior.
Okay.
Control his senses, mind,
Senses, mind,
intellect.
intellect.
Yes.
Okay, desires. This is his the behavior. Okay, of a yogi.
Okay.
How does he attain liberation after giving up the body?
So
Okay, he
that,
achieves the superpowers.
yes, that is the
Uh-huh.
superpowers, and he becomes link, means becomes in the
What?
body. He becomes free from the all type of bondage. That
Bondages.
is the
Yes.
real liberation. That is the
Okay.
liberation state, no?
That's what overall gist of what the answer could be like. This would be easy for us to remember.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So can we go for the next question?
Yes.
Okay. The next is questions number 7. What is the question 7? Is asked by the goddess Parvati. What is the state of man of wisdom? After knowing about the yogi, that yogi is how the yogi is behave and what is the liberation state of the yogi. And also, Lutz was telling that yogi is possible to get the liberation in one bath. That will become in the next slide also, that is coming. One bath. But Gyani cannot be do so. That is here, it is Goddess Parvati is asking, what is the state of man of wisdom? Means about the Gyani it is talking about. And after death, what happens to the Gyani? And up to what stage does a Gyani reach? Means if you are telling a yogi will be get the uh, his liberation in one bath by the doing the yoga practice. But what about the Gyani? What happened to the Gyani after death? If you are telling that that Gyani is not getting the moksha state or not getting the liberation, then what happens to that Atma or what happens to that soul or that Gyani? Okay, that the goddess Parvati is want to know. So,
So it
Lord,
will again take rebirth. You mean?
yes, that
Yeah.
is the rebirth.
Rebirth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that is clearing in this concept or in this question. The man of wisdom means that is the immature soul, or they are not doing the yoga practice. Without yoga practice, get the results of their karmas because they are just binding with the actions. Whatever they are doing, good or bad, that actions will be there. So they are getting result of their karmas after death in accordance with their good and bad deeds. After enjoying the fruits of their deposit of the karmas, they take next bath as a wise man. Okay. So after whatever they're doing in this bath, what are the good karmas and what are the bad actions? So always it is automatically set that if you are doing good karmas, then having a good result, and bad karma having the bad result. Whatever the result will be there, whatever the fruits are there, they need to enjoy that fruits. After the enjoyment of the fruits, then only again they will become in the birth cycle and taking the taking a next bath as a same wise man. Okay. So now Parvati is recalling the whenever Lord Shiva is telling the same thing, now Parvati is recalling to say Shruti that if you means Parvati is wife of the Lord Shiva, na? So in any way he just tried to argument that if you don't remember, Lord Shiva, what the Shruti is telling, so that I am just trying to remember you, recall that Shruti, that no moksha is possible without the wisdom. That is, the Shruti is written that moksha only one can achieve through the wisdom only. Without wisdom, no one can get the moksha. Then how you are telling that wise man, the man of wisdom, they are again taking the birth and as a wise man, they are not getting the moksha. Okay, so the same thing here. Then why does the man of wisdom not receive salvation, and how the yoga means to salvation? Same thing, and repeatedly he is just trying to argue with the Lord Shiva. Then how it is possible? You just tell me. Because the Gyan is the whatever the Gyan is the everything, or wisdom is the most important part of the path of moksha. Then how you are telling that wisdom, the man of wisdom, the Gyani will not get that state? Okay, so listening this question, Lord Shiva is telling, oh goddess, this statement of Shruti is like the proverb. Whatever you are telling, Shruti, Shruti, the thing, no moksha without wisdom, that is correct. But it is also like as a proverb. What is that proverb? Victory is achieved with the help of sword, are similar. Okay, try to understand this one. The proverb is that Lord Shiva is telling how the goddess is telling about the Shruti. So he just giving an argument properly and giving his statement that is also one proverb is there. Victory is achieved with the help of sword only. Okay, if you are in a battlefield and you want to get win from your side, then you need a sword. But suppose a
Weapons.
person, yes, but suppose a person having sword, but that much capacity that don't have, then it is possible to get the victory in that battlefield? Yes, give me the
No,
answer.
bravery is required.
Bravery is required. If you are not that much brave, you are not that much confident to do the battle, then how can you get the victory? You cannot get the victory. So the same thing Lord Shiva is telling here. Only victory is achieved with the help of sword. That not mean that sword is only become the instrument in achieving the victory. But when the
So here
one
it
house,
is knowledge.
yes,
Okay.
bravery is
Knowledge
required.
is like a sword.
Yes, knowledge is here compared with the sword. But the
Sword.
bravery is the yoga practice.
Yoga
You must
practice.
be
Yeah.
know the practices, the path, how you will be do that. Okay, the bravery with its help. So similarly, the wisdom combined with the yoga becomes cause of the moksha. Only wisdom, you cannot get that cannot get that victory. But through only yoga, you also cannot get that victory. But both when come together, the sword and the bravery, when both are coming together to a person, sword is also there, and the bravery is also there. Then that person becomes the highest person, or that person can do or can achieve that victory or achieve that moksha state. So all of you clear this one? What is Lord Shiva trying to say here? Which one is the victory? Victory is talking about the moksha, and sword is considered as the here wisdom. Okay, and the bravery here it is considered as the yoga. When this all are combined together, then only the moksha is possible. All of you clear?
Yeah, actually, the concepts are clear, but one suggestion I have, ma'am, here.
Yes.
It is something like when there is a question,
Hmm.
if the overall gist is explained, and that would be really helpful. Like here, reading through the slides, I'm feeling like the concept, this thing, uh, flow is not that getting into the mind.
In this way only the book, whatever the discussion is going on, in
Okay.
this way only it is there. I'm only
Okay.
taking the things what is, because all the paragraphs we cannot
No,
take
no,
it
no,
as
not
under.
all paragraph. It is just I am telling just the gist of what is the question and what
Mm,
the like that way I am telling you. Reading through the slides, the one or two points, the flow is missing or something. I'm feeling like that. That's it. It's a suggestion. That's it.
okay, that is
Yeah.
good suggestion, but how it will be,
Okay. Carry on. No issues. Carry on.
what about others' point of view?
Ma'am, I think that when we will discuss some questions which were asked in the net based on this,
Hmm.
so then we will come to know like how we can use this way of learning for solving the questions, like how we
Yes,
can
ma'am,
apply
you
it
Yes,
are
in
ma'am.
the
correct.
Yeah. Maybe.
It
MCQs
would be
that
better.
time.
It would be better if you use means if you take some previous year questions
Yes,
to make
yes,
us
I will
understand.
take, but after completing some of the questions, then only we can take the questions, no? Because whatever the questions will become in the exam, that will not cover till yet. So that I will not show that question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So we can
Mm.
wait for the entire
Portions to.
explanation.
After
Okay.
completing the 8 question, then only the questions will become. Because the whole, as we know, we are having the yoga concept. So when the yoga practices will be start, from that it will be questions will become. So till now we are just reading the conversation and try to understand the what is the Gyani and the that yogi differentiation. What Goddess Parvati is asking here. Okay. So all of you clear this 7th question?
Yes, ma'am.
So little bit is left. Let me finish this one today. But on the practice of wisdom during many baths, it is talking about the Gyani. Whenever one will be go through many baths, the Gyani will be go through many baths, then the success in yoga bath, the success in yoga is achieved. In which bath that person will be get success in the yoga will be achieved on the meeting of his a Siddha Guru. Okay, here Lord Shiva is telling that if one man is a man of wisdom, what happened to that person? That again and again he is that person is taking the birth as a wise man. Whenever he started the practicing of the yoga or giving get success in the yoga, then only how that person will be get success in the yoga on meeting of the Siddha Guru, so Siddha Guru or the real teacher. Okay, so moksha is achieved with the practice of wisdom acquired during the many baths, whereas by practice of yoga only in one bath. The same thing is here Lord Shiva is telling. In one bath, the yogi by practicing of yoga one can get the moksha, but if one will be go through the only practice of wisdom, that person will take many baths to get the moksha state. So there is he giving a statement and more he just try to bold that statement that there is no easier path to achieve moksha than the yoga. So if one person want to get the moksha, then they should follow the yoga path. This is because why? Because it is a very easier path. Okay. So today we will cover till 7th question. In 8th question, it will become your yoga related things, and from after completing the 8th question, then we will get some questions regarding the Yog Bij, whatever the previous year questions are there. Okay. And lastly, if you all of you remember, if you given the exam, then there is a one, I think in previous year June, there is one question is related to the pranayam. It is there. Okay, so which type of pranayams are discussing in the Yog Bij? That is the previous year question one is there. So like this way, question will become.
Sahita
Okay.
and Keval, like this,
Sahita
both
and Keval.
options.
Sahita and Keval. Then again, he is just tried to simplify it in the Sahita Kumbhak. What are there? Means exactly the question I cannot remember, but that is related to the pranayam, and it is asking Sahita Kumbhak. What are the options are there? Surya Veda and like this. Which one is are present in the Yog Bij? Like this. The question will become. As we know, in Sahita Kumbhak, how many things are there?
4 things
Four
are
more.
there.
Four.
Surya
What are the
Veda,
four?
Ujjayi, Shitali, and Bastri.
Yes. So that there are some other options are given. So you have to identify which one is the correct. Like in this way, a question. Okay. Now I think you have some idea. And also the related